Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. I've got the 3 most effective small business marketing tactics. As a small business, you need great marketing tactics to get customers through the door. It's the most important part of anything your business does. That's what makes having the right tactics so important. Thankfully, that's what I'm going to share with you today. With effective marketing tactics, your small business will grow. There's no question that you want your business, your cash flow, and your profits to grow. If you didn't, hell, you wouldn't be paying attention to this. The single best thing you can do to make that happen is to learn how to market your business effectively. Sure, you may feel like you don't have time, but you've got to do something. Yes, there are a few quick things you can do to give you a boost. However, you'll find out that most of the limiting beliefs you have just aren't true. When it comes down to it, you've just got to put in the work using smart tactics to get your business noticed. Use proven, effective tactics to market your small business. When you learn to do the things that work, you'll start to see a change in your business. It's really as simple as that. These 3 tactics are both incredibly effective and important to make anything else you want work. Build a strong brand identity. One of the basic small business marketing tactics is a strong brand identity. It's the face of everything else you do to market your company. We're going to start with that. Do you know what a brand identity is? If you're going to market your brand, you're going to need an easy way to identify it. That's what your brand identity is all about. Brand identity is the personality of your company. It represents your product or service in a way that your audience can relate to. Without it, your company will get lost among the generic masses in your industry. Essentially, your brand is a promise to live your mission statement. Your brand identity needs to communicate it well. What will creating your brand identity involve? As you develop your brand identity, you need to first think about where you're coming from. What's the reason you went into this particular business to begin with? It's that mission that's going to help you build your brand effectively and practically. From there, you'll take steps to build the individual persona that your brand will reflect. The persona you create has got to relate to your audience. That means you'll need to understand who they are and what matters to them. Your brand's identity needs to reflect those values. Understand that a solid brand identity goes beyond a logo and a letterhead. In fact, it goes well beyond what most people consider it to. What steps do you need to take to build a brand identity? If you're going to build a brand that will stand out from the crowd, you're going to have to think differently. There are things that nobody tells you about branding that you need to consider long before you start to choose a logo. If you can keep in mind a few things, you can develop your brand better than most small businesses. Ask the following questions to develop your brand and make it come to life. What's your ideal audience look like? What's your company's mission? Whose personality does your brand reflect? What kind of feel does your brand style give off? What color matches your brand's persona? Which logo style will you choose? Are you sending the right message with your font? What will you call the company? Are there unique ways you'll refer to something? Can your brand communicate? There's a lot to think about when building a solid brand identity, and all of it is incredibly important. It becomes the way people will remember you if done correctly. If done incorrectly, it's the thing people are going to forget. In some cases, you'll be able to handle it yourself. If it becomes more than you can handle, or if you don't have the time, a great branding agency can help. Whatever you do, don't skip this critical marketing tactic. It's the foundation to every marketing strategy that you can employ. Put your email list to work. Email's been a staple marketing tactic for small business for as long as it's been around. The one place you can always reach someone is in their inbox. Here's what to do with this medium that just won't die. Do you know how effective email is? If you get those damn sales emails every day, you know how irritating email marketing can be. That is, when it's done wrong. If you can master the skills and tactics revolving around successful email marketing, you can see a huge increase in sales. Studies show that even the most irritating email marketing campaigns are successful. That's because everyone looks in their inbox every day. By taking advantage of that inarguable truth, you can see more sales and bigger revenue. Are you willing to learn the rules? Email marketing can be a tricky tactic for small businesses. Over the years, it's been abused, which has put a lot of barriers in play. To move around those barriers, you'll need to understand a few things about what makes emails great. After all, most of the rules that will keep you from getting into your audience's inbox have to do with interaction. Interaction demonstrates to the email providers that your audience wants the emails that you send them. If you want people to interact with your emails, you need to make them interesting. You've also got to make sure that your list stays clean to avoid future issues. How do you turn your email list into a gold mine? If you're going to make the most of your email list, you need to tap into your creativity. If you want people to pay attention, you've got to earn their attention. The first thing you're going to want to do is build that email list. For that, you've got to start with a great lead funnel. If your top of the funnel content is doing a great job, your traffic will spike. However, you need some incentive to get them to convert. Lead magnets can help you provide the value that will incentivize them to do so. They're simple to create, and with a little automation, you can learn just how to talk to your leads. Target your emails to encourage conversions in the future. Use your website visitors' specific behavior to trigger specific emails. Learn when your leads are ready to buy based on how fit and engaged they are before you pass them to your sales team. Find out what makes your leads buy so you can build future content around those ideas. Use automated follow-ups to encourage referrals. Upsell and cross-sell to earn repeat sales. By fully taking advantage of your email list and good supportive technology, you can grow revenue fast. Just make sure your website has everything in place to keep it all working. Get your content together. To get found on the web, you need to communicate value. Most old school marketing techniques use ads and sales tactics to do that. In the modern world, those typically get ignored. Let's talk about a small business marketing tactic that doesn't feel like such a sales pitch. Are you familiar with content marketing? There's nothing in communication that doesn't exist without content. If you take it away, all you're left with is little empty boxes, blank screens, and plain paper. Content is what fills all the communication channels that you're used to. With that in mind, I'm talking about using content to market your business. Content marketing does what old school marketing has always done, but in a less generic way. It's the process of exchanging value for attention. With literally millions of pieces of content created every day, you've got to give your audience something if you want them to pay attention. By creating helpful, informative content, you can attract visitors to your site. Using effective lead funnels and choosing a great lead magnet, you can convert those new visitors to leads. What do you need to know about content marketing? Content marketing requires a few things of you if you're going to be successful. You're going to need to think long-term before you do anything. There have never been immediate results on a large scale from content marketing ever. With that in mind, content marketing is incredibly effective and affordable for small businesses. As a tactic, it's one of my personal favorites. It's going to take time to produce great content and a little bit of different thinking as well. First, you need to understand the facts. Then, if you're willing to do the work and don't want to make major marketing mistakes, you can get content working in your favor. How do you put content into play to market your small business? Content marketing is incredibly valuable to you. It's a small business marketing tactic that can help you hit some serious goals. My personal recommendation is that you start blogging. It's the first thing you need to do if you want to quit missing out on the big benefits. Take advantage of serious blogging strategies that will help you boost exposure. A blog is the easiest form of primary content for anyone to start with. It takes no special equipment, just time and knowledge. You've also got to know what the common mistakes are so you can avoid them. Start producing content in any of the effective formats that we've shared before. Once you have this simple form of pillar content in place, you're going to need micro content. Micro content is pretty straightforward to produce too. It's about reformatting the information to fit the platform you want to share it on. Figure out what pillar content you want to start with. Gather audience feedback through the process. Take the most valuable bits of information from the content, create images that fit visual social platforms, reformat the information for video, transfer the content to audio format, build a PowerPoint presentation around the ideas, and share feedback and other user-generated content that came from your audience. If you can start sharing your micro content effectively, you'll get noticed. However, you still got a ton of content to compete with. That means you'll need to get creative to get people to notice your content better. Once your content captures attention, it's only going to get better from there. You'll start to see the compounding effects and your traffic will grow over time. It's like a boulder rolling down the hill. The longer it goes, the more momentum it gains and the harder it is to stop. Put effective marketing tactics into play to hit your small business's goals. With a little work and a lot of practice, you can use these tactics to grow your business. You'll start to see the goals that you've set come to life. That is, as long as you set goals. Make sure you know what you're aiming for if you want to hit it. A strong goal is the only way to know if your marketing is successful. With time, patience, and work, the ideas that I went over are going to help you get there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we've got for you today. I hope we provided some real value and showed you 3 excellent tactics that you can put into play right now to start increasing your website traffic and start bringing in more leads through your website. If you saw value in this video, do me a favor, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Also, do me a favor, comment below. Let us know what the best piece of content we shared today was. That way we can create better content for you in the future. Have an excellent week. We'll see you next Friday. Okay, wait, while I still have you, I want to teach you how to get your marketing in line. Without a goal for your marketing, like I said earlier, you're never going to know what you need to hit and you're never going to know if your marketing is successful. Today, I've got our marketing goals planning guide. It's going to teach you how to set smarter goals for your marketing so that you can hit them better. In order to download it, all you have to do is visit visceralconcepts.com/YouTube Goals Planner. Put your first name, last name, email address in the form and we will send it to you via email. You'll be able to put it to use planning out your marketing goals and knowing exactly what you need to do in order to hit them. It's going to help you identify where your marketing is currently getting you, show you what obstacles you're currently facing, decide how many site visitors that you want to gain, determine what kind of lead growth you ought to be seeing with a company at your level, and figure out how many clients you're going to get every single month. We created it in-house. It's incredibly valuable. We use it ourselves and we've given it to a number of our clients who've put it to use to great results. I encourage you, download it, use it, and start seeing the results in your marketing because you know what your goals are. Again, to download it, visceralconcepts.com/YouTube-goals-planner, first name, last name, email address in the form, and we will send it to you. Download it, put it to use. We'll see you next Friday. Have an excellent week.